What's up, badass Black Desert Mobile fans? Our favorite day of the week is here, Patch Day. And this patch brought us a lot of class balance changes, as well as the Hadoom boss rushes are finally here to give us some content, to keep us content for a little while. So now we have some content to help push us for some new rewards and goodies, so that is awesome. Before I get into the good stuff, if this is your first time in my channel, be sure to check out the description down below for additional badass Black Desert Mobile content. You won't be disappointed. I do also hold a contest with my patch note videos for a $25 gift card. I will be announcing the winners at the end of this video, so make sure you stay tuned. There is a lot of patch notes to cover, so let's dive right in. Alright, up first we did get the Hadoom boss rushes, where the one who is worthy in the darkness ties a shadow knot with the boss stamp. They will now see rows of dead shadows that will never fade. The power of darkness has influenced the bosses in Elyon's realm, challenged the bosses engulfed in darkness in Hadoom boss rushes. Obtain the title Red Nose Champion by clearing Red Nose difficulty 99 in Elyon and complete Hadoom Uneasy Peace in order to play Hadoom Boss Rush. Now, it takes 100 boss stamps and 1 Shadow Knot in order to enter 1 time. There is also a chance of Hadoom special Boss Rush appearing. Shadow Knot can be obtained from Hadoom Spoils of Battle or through rewards from completing Bounty Mission rewards. Go to the Boss Rush board and tap Switch to Hadoom Boss Rush and switch to from Elyon to Hadoom Boss Rush. Set Blessing of Light to Tier 3 in order to enter. Holy Vials of Light will not be used upon entering. There is a 3-minute time limit for Hadoom Boss Rush and it must be completed within the given time. A timer will appear after 2 minutes and 30 seconds and will disappear after counting down the final 30 seconds. The Hadoom Boss Rush multiplier is fixed to 1 times by default. A 5-time multiplier can be applied with the use of Combat Plus. Increased boss knowledge up to level 150. Hadoom boss knowledge is shared with Elyon boss knowledge. Hadoom boss rushes will be added to Black Spirit mode in future updates. Now it does say there that you need to have Red Nose difficulty to 99, and I'm not saying 100% for sure, but for the Korea version, yes, you need Red Nose at 99, but let's say you wanted to do Uraka at 99. You would need all of the ones prior to Uraka as well to 99, so you can't do any of the boss rushes unless the previous ones are at 99. I'm pretty sure that holds true, but we will have to test that out to find out. It doesn't say that specifically, it just says Red Nose and then the Hadoom Uneasy Peace. Black Sun schedule change. Black Sun schedule change has been applied. If you participated in a Black Sun twice, the score will be calculated and the rewards will be available the next day after midnight. For example, if you earned 5,000 points while playing from 1800 to 1900 on Wednesday and 10,000 points while playing from 2100 to 2200, you'll get 15,000 point rewards. And the time zones are West Valencia and North Valencia, which is to be released in the future, so North Valencia is coming soon. The days before was Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Now it's only Wednesday and Sunday. Wednesday, previously, it was only at 1 time slot from 21 to 2200. Now it's from 1800 to 1900 and 2100 to 2200. And I gotta say, Black Desert Mobile is completely clueless that this is an NA server, an American server. Now, while I'm happy they made the 1800 to 1900 time slot, I can honestly tell you that I've made maybe 2 to 4 of the Black Suns at the 2100 to 2200. So this really doesn't, I mean, it helps us a little bit to get us some points for that first time slot now that it's 1800, but they still left the 2100 time slot. And I'm not sure, they think we NA players like to stay up to midnight to 1 a.m. to play the Black Sun, because we don't have lives and jobs and stuff to do in the morning. So I'm not sure why they still haven't changed the 2100 time slot, but they did add an 1800 time slot. So it'll help us a little bit, but only, a little bit in my opinion. Ranked arenas and other arena content are not available when the Black Sun is up. We know that. Now, the big part of this update is class character balance changes. All classes will take reduced damage from other adventures by 10% after using a melee skill. And I did make a previous video and I was incorrect on the translation of that. So I do apologize, but it does say that you're going to take 10% of the damage from all classes melee skills. So most of the classes on this list are going to have a lot of their class or their skills be affected by this, while, you know, like the Huntress only has 2, the Invoker only has 2, Archmage has 3. Some of these classes have all of their skills are affected, so 10% reduced damage from adventurers by 10% when using the melee skills. So that is huge for melee classes. They're trying to make melee classes more viable for all situations, you know, arenas and PvP in specific. So that is very nice. I'm not going to go through them all, but there is quite a bit there. They added a guild skill that reduces damage dealt from other adventurers while using the melee skill again, so you can reach up to 5%. So if your guild maxes that skill out, you're actually at 15% damage reduction when you use a melee skill. So again, helping those melee classes out pretty substantially there. Some major character balance changes. The Nova, the Quaratum's charge, improved the animation of the running motion to connect more naturally after using the skill. Charge is now sustained even if you don't hold the skill down the skill button. Charge will stop when another skill is used and you will be able to use the other skill. Winter's Wrath can be used more quickly if there aren't any charges to attack. Winter's Wrath reduced the skill by 1 second, taking it from a 7 to a 6 second cooldown time. And for the sub-skill Flow, Northern Breeze effect will now already be applied, has now been changed to Flow Super Armor, so they added Super Armor applied instead of Frontal Guard. Change the skill description to the following, since Flow Northern Breeze will be applied by default. Change from a maximum of 3 hits to 5 hits. Change the effect from first hit to apply freeze to last hit to apply knockback effect to first hit will freeze. Second hit will apply knockback and last hit will apply knockdown effect. So let me read that one more time. Change the effect from first hit to apply freeze and last hit to apply knockback effect to now it does first hit applies freeze, second hit will apply knockback, and last hit will apply knockdown. So they added 3 CCs to that one skill. Glacial Burst added Flow Assault skills so that you can choose whether to use the skill Assault. Change to allow use of Assault if the distance between you and the target widens while in auto combat. Change to allow quick use of Winter's Wrath even when not hitting targets with Assault. Assault skill increases movement speed. Frenzied Bishop, change to allow the quick use of Winter's Wrath even when not hitting targets with Assault. Assault skill increases movement speed. Change to allow use of Assault if the distance between you and the target widens while in auto combat. Command Knight's Charge, increase the skill's attack speed. Change to make Knights immediately charge upon summoning. Increase the damage of the Knights summoned by 70%. Increase the number of times the Knights can attack, so the summoned Knights can attack. Frost Shield, change to make Nova use Frost Shield in the direction she's looking if the arrow keys are not pressed. Change to quickly use Winter's Wrath after using a skill. So you can see the Nova got some serious skill changes and overhauls. It looked like when they gave the, you know, they came out with the Nova initially, it wasn't as strong as they wanted her to be. For the Lotus, they increased the PvE damage for Blood Moon, Chaos, Wind Slicer, Crescent Moon, and Flash Step. And you can see those skill damage increases below. So for Blood Moon, it increased from 308 to 420% for PvE. And at level 10, it shows you there too. We're just going to focus on the level 1s. For Chaos, it went from 250% to 340%. For Wind Slicer, it went from 340% to 460%. For Crescent Moon, it went from 350% to 450%. And for Flash Step, it went from 310% to 372%. And some of those are, you know, max 4 hits, max 5 hits, max 7 hits. So that's some substantial damage increase. Combine that with the melee skill damage reduction that all classes did receive. So these a lot of classes are going to be a lot more viable than what they were before. For the Lotus, they also added the knockback effect on last hit to the skill Chaos. Fix an issue where PvP damage did not apply normally on last hit when using the skill Chaos. Change the retaliation skill effect from MP recovery to reduced crit chance. Adjusted the number of targets you can hit to 5 when using the skill retaliation. The incorrect number has been adjusted to displayed amount. For Primrose, increase PvE damage for Moonrise, Infinistab, Glacial Wall, and Midnight Requiem. For Moonrise, it went from 350 to 415%. For Infinistab, 285 to 315. For Glacial Wall, 460 to 505. And for Midnight Requiem, 335 to 375. And these are only PvE damage increases, so it only helps you for PvE situations. But that melee buff does help, in all situations, more specifically PvP. For the Huntress, reduce the frequent use of kicks and basic attacks when playing on auto combat. Change to quickly use other skills after using the skill True Shot. Adjusted the attack range of True Shot. Increase the PvE damage of True Shot, Razor Wind, Flurry of Arrows, and Descending Current. For True Shot, it goes from 560 to 780%. Razor Wind goes from 355 to 425. Flurry of Arrows goes from 422 to 480. And Descending Arrows goes from 250 to 325. They also increased all attack range except for last hit for the skill Will of the Wind. Increased the attack range of the skill for Piercing Arrow. Changed to quickly find targets after using the skill Descending Current. For Windwalker, increased the PvE damage of Cyclonic Fury, Vorpal Daggers, Steel Tempest, Ethereal Blast, and Rupture. For Cyclonic Flurry, it went 145 to 220%. Vorpal Daggers went from 285 to 325. Steel Tempest went from 308 to 420. And Ethereal Blast went from 352 to 425. And they got a lot of additional buffs here. Increase the attack range and attack speed of Wind Slicer. Change to quickly use Flow additional attack after using the skill Wind Slicer. Change to increase attack speed and attack range of Flow additional attack for the skill Wind Slicer. Added knockdown effect for Flow additional attack for the skill Wind Slicer. Change to look forward towards enemy's direction while using skill Flow additional attack for the skill Wind Slicer. Decrease distance and increase attack speed of the skill Cyclonic Fury. Added the skill Flow increased distance of Cyclonic Fury. Added the skill effect grants invincibility while in stealth to Gale Harvest. Added the skill effect grants invincibility while in the stealth. They added iframes, nice. Changed the run animation to look more natural after using the skill Gale Harvest. Adjusted the skill cooldown of Gale Harvest from 7 to 8 seconds. So they added this cooldown time by 1 second. Added the skill Flow Howl Winds to Gale Harvest. Adjusted the attack range to hit more targets in front while using the skill Ethereal Blast. Increased the attack speed and distance of skill Ethereal Blast. Adjusted the cooldown time of Ethereal Blast from 5 to 6 seconds, so it added 1 second again. Added an additional attack effect when holding down the skill Ethereal Blast. Changed to more quickly use Ethereal Blast after using the skill Rupture. Adjusted the cooldown of skill Rupture from 5 to 6 seconds. Increased the duration of the effect Bound Upon Hit effect to last longer for the skill Windrider. The Windrider skill will be used in the direction of the arrow key. I had to do it every time. Increase the PvE and PvP damage of Rupture and Windrider. So you can see the skill damage changes for Rupture and Windrider, and these are affected for PvE and PvP. So for Rupture, it goes from 732% on 2 hits to 860% on 3 hits. So you're getting more damage and an additional hit. For PvP, it goes to from 494. It stays the same, but you get 1 additional hit. So that skill is increasing its damage by 33%, essentially. You're getting another 494% damage on that skill. Very nice. For Windrider, PvE goes from 350. It stays the same, but you get an additional hit. So again, 33% increase on that damage, 350% more damage. Same thing goes true for PvP from 175 to 175, but you get one additional hit. The Archmage, reduce the maximum duration of invincibility while using the skill Frigid Fog. That's it for Archmage, and it is a slight nerf. So the most OP class might not be the most OP class after this update, because there is some serious changes. So reduce the maximum duration of invincibility when using skill Frigid Fog, so less iframes for the Archmage. Invoker, change the skill effect of Lightning Storm from daze on hit to knock down on hit. Increase the Lightning Storm attack speed and how quickly it can be connected as a combo. Increase PvE damage of Lightning Storm and Electric Wave. So for Lightning Storm, it went from 330% to 375% PvE damage. And Electric Wave went from 344 to 420% PvE damage. The skill animation of Static Shield, or changed the skill animation of Static Shield. Adjusted the cooldown time of Static Shield from 3 to 5 seconds. Changed to make Static Shield connect faster as a combo with other skills after it is used. Added the knockback on first hit to knock down on last hit effect to Static Shield. Increased the PvE and PvP damage of Static Shield based on the changes made to the skill animation. So as you can see down below, PvE damage was 524 on 2 hits. Now it's 364 on 5 hits. And for PvP, it was 524 on 2 hits. Now it's 254 on 5 hits. Increase the front and rear attack range of the skill Cataclysm. Spirit Walker, increase the PvE damage of Beatdown, Dance of the Red Phoenix, Dance of the Blue Dragon, Dance of the Black Tortoise, and Dance of the White Tiger. So for Divine Beast's Blessing, the damage for PvE goes from 351 to 460 on 3 hits. Dance of the Red Phoenix goes from 385 to 400% on 6 hits. Dance of the Blue Dragon goes from 720% to 800% on 2 hits. The Black Tortoise goes from 585 to 860% on 2 hits. And Dance of the White Tiger goes from 375 to 530% on 3 hits. Adjusted the cooldown time of Dance of the White Tiger from 3 seconds to 5 seconds, so a 2-second increase on the cooldown timer on Dance of the White Tiger. Moving on to Reaper. Increase the attack range of Death Circus. Oh, that's very nice. Increase the PvE damage of Death Circus, Soul Reaver, Karshan's Wrath, and Soul Spike. So Death Circus went from 171% on 20 hits to 225% on 20 hits. That's a little over 50% increase on the damage on that skill times 20. That's some, 1,000% increase on damage for Death Circus, which definitely helps for PvE farming. Soul Reaver goes from 770% to 857% on 2 hits. Karshan's Wrath goes from 1,050% to 1,350%. Soul Spike goes from 236 on 7 hits to 286 on 7 hits. They also adjusted the cooldown time of Soul Spike from 12 to 10 seconds, so 2-second cooldown time reduction on Soul Spike. Destroyer increased the PvE damage to The Grave, Slugfest, Tectonic Rift, and Funeral Blast. To the Grave goes from 420% on 5 hits to 540% on 5 hits. Slugfest goes from 250% to 380% on 8 hits. That's 70% on 8 hits. That's a lot of increased damage. Tectonic Rift goes from 257% to 365%. And Funeral Blast goes from 910% to 1000% on 2 hits. For the Void Knight, increase the PvE damage of Fury of Kamasilvia, Legacy of Vidir, Dancing Blade, and Eclipse. Fury of Kamasilvia goes from 360% to 460% on 3 hits, so a 300% increase on damage for that skill. Legacy of Vidir goes from 718 to 850% on 2 hits. Dancing Blade goes from 260% to 330% on times 3 max 2 hits. Eclipse goes from 383 to 483% on 3 hits. Phantasma increased the attack range of Vediant Shockwave. Changed the Nova Chain skill effect from bound on good first hit to just bound on hit. Increased the attack range of the last skill hit on Nova Chain. Increased the PvE damage of Nova Chain and Execute. Nova Chain went from 380% to 450% on 4 hits. Execute went from 875 to 965% on 2 hits. Fix an issue where the invincibility effect granted from the evasion skill lasted abnormally long. Thank you. Adjusted the knockdown or knockback distance applied on monsters when using certain skills. Increased the rear attack range of Vediant Shockwave. Increased last attack distance and added a bound effect on Nova Chain. So they really buffed up Nova Chain pretty nicely there. Blade Master increased the PvE damage of Rising Storm, Serpent Sting, Squall, and Rest in Peace. Rising Storm went from 405 to 485% on 4 hits. Serpent Sting went from 297 to 450%. Squall went from 386% to 435% on 4 hits. And Rest in Peace went from 350 to 480% on 5 hits. Warlord increased the PvE damage of Circle Slash, Conduit, and Upper Hand. Circle Slash went from 518% to 588% on 3 hits. Conduit went from 365 to 400% on 3 hits. And Upper Hand went from 242 to 312% on 7 hits. Also adjusted the MP cost to use the skill Backdraft from 30 to 20, so 10 MP reduction on that skill. Paladins up next. Increased the PvE damage of Celestial Spear, Sword of Judgment, Sharp Light, Divine Wrath, and Sword Judgment of Light. Celestial Spear went from 1100% to 1400%. Sword of Judgment went from 790 to 850% on 2 hits. Sharp Light went from 308% to 400% on 2 hits. Divine Wrath went from 725 to 855 on 2 hits. And Judgment of Light went from 405 to 490% on 4 hits. Lancer increased the PvE damage for Holy Thrust, Divine Judgment, and Retribution. Holy Thrust went from 512 to 622% on 3 hits. Divine Judgment from 385 to 438% on 5 hits. And Retribution went from 312 to 387% on 5 hits. Grandmaster increased the PvE damage for Energy Vacuum, Cheap Shot, Gale Force, and Rising Uppercut. For Energy Vacuum, it went from 305% to 345% on 3 hits. Cheap Shot went from 305 to 365% on 6 hits. Gale Force, 550% to 650% on 3 hits. And Rising Uppercut, 534 to 584 on 2 hits. Gladiator increased the PvE damage of Heavy Strike. It went from 418% to 550% on 3 hits. Gladiator increased the PvE damage of Heavy Strike. It went from 418% to 550% on 3 hits. Blade Strike, 429% to 469% on 2 hits. Ground Smash went from 780% to 960% on 2 hits. Or just times 2, not 2 hits. And Deep Thrust goes from 440% to 620 or 612% times 3. Increase the attack range of Deep Thrust as well. The Titan changed the skill Smackdown to Pile Driver, so the skill has just got a total new name. Changed the skill animation of Pile Driver to perform an additional attack upon using 60 MP. Additional attack cannot be used if you failed to grab a target while the skill Pile Driver. The effect Enhanced Reduced Cooldown is applied by default, and it has been changed to the skill Flow Toss. Changed to allow the use of Pile Driver, Fearsome Tyrant, and Beastly Windslash while using Raging Thunder. Enhancement Increase the range is applied by default and changed to the skill to Flow Thundering Footsteps. Increases attack speed when Flow Thundering Footsteps is not applied, and increased movement speed when it is applied. Increased PvE damage of Flow Thundering Steps. Flow Thundering Steps for PvE damage goes from 375 to 9 hits to 485% or 487% on 9 hits. Added the effect Forward Guard, not applied in the arena, to take effect when Earth Shatterer is used. So that's nice for not arenas, Remoteness, Guild Wars, Node Wars, stuff like that. They added an additional Forward Guard. Added the effect Super Armor, applied after using the skill, but not in the arenas, to the skill Flow additional attack for Earth Shatter. Increases the skill distance of Beastly Wind Slash. Increased the duration of the skill Lava Piercer. And added the skill Flow Instill Fear. Instill Fear PvE damage is 1000% on 2 hits for PvE, and for PvP it's 700% on 2 hits. Also increased the PvE and PvP damage of Fearsome Tyrant. For PvE previously it was 381% on 5 hits, and now it's 420% on 5 hits. For PvP it was previously 324 or 342% on 5 hits, and now it's 357% on 5 hits. Character bugs and fixes. For the Windwalker, adjusted the skill effect of certain skills to make your character appear clearer. And for the Titan, fixed an issue where your character changed to a falling animation after using Beastly Wind Slash from a high location. Interesting. Alright, so that is the character balance changes. Obviously, we're going to need to do more, some farming testing again, some PvE, get you guys an update tier list. Give me a couple days on all these, and we'll get those out to you. I apologize for the lack of videos. I will be a little bit more active in that area going forward. Been very busy. For the Pearl Shop, added recommended offerings for your CP to the Pearl Shop. Items will be recommended based on your adventure CP. We'll have to check that out in the game. Hang tight. For the notice event items, the 1-year anniversary Fiesta party chest will be deleted because the Black Desert Mobile 1-year anniversary Fiesta has ended. We will send a Crimson Crow as an item from the chest to your mailbox for any family whose item was deleted. Make sure to claim the item before it expires. Guild provided a compensation based on the reduced cost of the guild skill Cannon Knowledge, Elephant Training, and Ogre skills. Applies to guilds that increase the level of the aforementioned skills after the maintenance between December 15th and December 22nd. So that 1 week. If you updated any of those skills in that 1 week as a guild, they're going to refund you some of those funds. Improvements for quests. They changed quest objectives from appraise Great Desert items times 300 to obtain Great Desert appraisal items times 300. So you just have to obtain them now. You don't have to go and appraise them. Rewards can be claimed if the quests were already completed, but if there are remaining unfinished quests, you must complete the quest by obtaining Great Desert appraisal items. For Path of Glory, change to make the quest fail if you fail to clear the wave in 3 minutes. Added new family skill Restoration Energy. Restoration Energy uses 7 energy and revives 1 character that has been incapacitated. So they added a new skill. It's going to be at the bottom, Restore Energy, and 7 energy revives 1 character. And they also made it so you have to clear all of the waves in 3 minutes. It just says the wave. It doesn't say all 10 of the waves. So we're not exactly sure there. If you have a problem clearing 1 wave in 3 minutes, you have a problem. You should be able to clear all 10 waves in 3 minutes, in my opinion, as well. So I would venture to guess that they mean all of the waves in 3 minutes. I don't foresee anybody having too much problem with that. Unless you're obviously a newer player. I'm not sure how that's going to pan out there. We will have to see. For NPC Laffy Bed Mountain, who can appraise inscribed glyphs, has been moved to Velia. Content. Individual CP, the grade below soldier, has been divided from tier S to tier SSS. Family CP, the grade below soldier, has been divided from tier S to tier SS. Character CP details can be found in the My Character info. Increase the amount of dark coins and silver you can get from spoils in all zones of Hadoom. Change the guild check-in feature so that the check-in will automatically record it if you go to the field. Nice, so you can go to the guild and then not have to click the button as well. Items added the option to now delete identified inscribed glyphs. Change the description and crafting requirement for special trade goods. Change the location of craftable items to craft material special trade goods. Remove the craft requirement description that states black spirit levels need to be 130 in order to craft. Adjusted the selling price of unidentified Elion Room sold in the shop to be the same as identified Elion Room. Change the grade of item with advanced combat buff effects to mystical grade. Appraisal items can now be appraised by an appraiser instead of being limited to merchantry or Great Desert region. The above specifications has not been applied to the global version of the game. Never mind, we'll just cut that out. UI/animation, you can now select a worker and use the conversation, encourage, and give gift function when the camera view is set to top view. So typically when you click on a worker, it zooms you in, which is fine. It's not that big of a deal, but that's okay. Change to make the Black Spirit remind you there is an item that is almost nearing its expiration in your inventory from the main UI. Change the character pose when viewing Reaper from the dye and outfit shop. Change the color effect to match primal gear when it is obtained from the banquet hall. Change the way rewards appear from the results screen after remoteness. Added the option in the stable to organize horses by tier and display only exchangeable horses. Change to make locked items also appear in the select material screen when viewing items from the craft screen. Thank you. Added the option to unlock crystals when viewed from the equip crystal and fusion menu by holding down on the locked crystal. Change to make trade goods appear in order or of when they can be delivered. Added the option to view items that provide natural/advanced combat buffs from the buff information menu. Stopped the next stage button from appearing after you complete the highest difficulty of Boss Rush. Bugs and other fixes. The Great Desert fixed an issue where auto combat would sometimes not work when playing through missions Rolling Stone. Changed to prevent monsters from passing through Black Rock Shrine. Fixed an issue where monsters disappeared when approaching Kuriba Hoarder. Quest/knowledge. Fix an issue where skill training missions could not be accepted after a character awakened/ascended. Changed to make it easier to obtain Mysterious Sculptor and knowledge next to Hydel Fountain. UI and animation. Fix an issue where the number of sealed treasure chests you possess did not display correctly when playing Merchantry. Fix an issue where the monsters did not appear when moving to the location of monster when using the autopath through knowledge. Fix an issue where you could not claim the treasure chest that appeared in the Tier 8 camp. Added the weapon outfit on-off option when equipped with the Crayodel outfit for Nova and Hashashin. Fix an issue where the UI did not display upon tapping a consumable icon from the buff information screen. For boss rushes, fix an issue where the auto combat could not be used in boss rushes for certain classes. And for items, fix an issue where the name of the basic skill book reward from the 11th skill quest was incorrectly showing up as another name. And fix an issue where the wrong class was displayed in the skill book and basic skill book class icon. For events, starting events, Hadoom Boss Rush Update Daily Mission. That is going to be going for, looks like, 2 weeks. Find the Black Spirit Lost Painting. That looks like it's going for a little, about a week. Looking Brighter Under the Black Sun. That one looks like it's going for 2 weeks as well. But that one goes till Tuesday, where the Hadoom Boss Rush one goes till Monday. So make sure you pay attention to that. It's 1 day longer than the Hadoom Boss Rush Daily Mission one. And Prime Gaming Season 4 has begun, so there's new rewards for Prime Gaming. You will be able to unlock those at 1600 server time. We'll have to check those out in the game. Events that are ending: Off to the Great Desert Daily Mission event. Great Desert training has begun, and Eileen's Shop of Wonders. They added a ton of goodies to the Pearl Shop. Products with a sales period marked TBA will be announced separately through future patch notes listed under the sales ending section. For products with a set sales period, you can go to the Pearl Shop in-game and view the products. So I'm not going to go through all those. We'll try to check as much of those out in the game as I can find. And with that being said, that is all the patch notes themselves. Let's check out some of these goodies in the game. I know it was a lot. My mouth is parched, but let's go ahead and check it out. All right, up first, let's check out the events. So first is the Prime Gaming. So there looks like they've given us some new rewards. The one that is already done, you can still collect up until the end. Another couple hours is the 30 Abyssal Crystal Chest. I'll make sure I collect that here in a moment. And then later today at 1600, you'll be able to collect the second one, which is Faded Enhanced Stone Chest times 3 and 20,000 Kaffir Dust. February 2nd, you're going to be able to collect 300 Totem Chests. February 16th, you're going to get 100,000 Alchemy Stones, Relic, and Lightstone Fragments, 100,000 of each. March 2nd, you're going to get 5,000 Resto Scrolls. And then March 16th, 500,000 ancient gold coins and 5,000 Shaka 2 exchange certificates. They also have the Hadoom Boss Rush Update Daily Mission. So you just have to do your daily missions. So use experience scrolls, defeat Hadoom enemies, obtain dark coins, Elion boss rushes, use vials of splendor. As you use those all, you do get your tokens, and it does go for 2 weeks. And you're going to want to make sure you get to 50 times, so that way you can get the rewards. It looks like there's another 50 of the fragment passes there. Find the Black Spirit's lost painting. You can find these lost paintings. There's a chance of obtaining it through drops. You get it from defeating monsters in Hadoom's realm. It can be used to obtain Chest of Black Spirit of Love from the Find the Black Spirit Lost Painting event. This item cannot be used after the event period ends. Doesn't say what the reward is. This event is going for 7 days, and so far from what I'm seeing, you can get it as a drop. You can get it as a drop from most zones, so we're just going to go here, for example, and it is right there. Black Spirit Lost Painting 1. Maybe after I get done with that, it'll show 2. Let's see if it gets increased here if I go to one of these zones. No, it's still 1. So it probably shows 1 until you get 1, and then maybe 2. Not quite sure on that. We're going to have to go ahead and figure that one out together. Look brighter under the Black Sun. Receive triple your score rewards in Black Sun during the event period. So this is going for a little over 2 weeks. So you get 3 times the Grail of Gloom rewards for the Black Sun since they changed the times on that. That's so kind of them. And then we still have some of the other events continuing at the moment. The Black Sun is the other big update. They did try and change the times on those. Aside from that, the biggest part of this update is the character balance changes. That 10% damage reduction for all melee skills. The guild 5% damage reduction. And then let's check out the Pearl Shop to see what kind of goodies they did offer here. So recommended offerings for your CP. So we have 400 white pearls, $30. 154 weekly purchase times 10. That's nothing new. I mean, I could have bought that normally. So that's not anything different there. Maybe they're just showing an easier way to get to it. Pet collectors, 30. I mean, this is your pay to win. I mean, they're just giving you some pay to win there, except for the Path of Glory, the POG tickets, but that's not anything special. So that's pretty useless. The only thing this does is makes it easier for people to spend their money. It shows them, hey, this is where you can spend your money. All right, what else did they give us? 1 day a week, you get a new thing to purchase. And today's is Refined Black Crystal Selection Chest times 1,000 and a Vice about 50% times 100 for $30. Mondays is Enhanced Alchemy Stone Chest times 5 and 50,000 Kaffir Dust. So tomorrow it's going to be Dark Chaser Accessory Selection Chest times 1 and Black Pearls 1,500. I don't know if all these are going to be $30. That would be pretty nice if they all were. You can see people are knocking out the Hadoom boss rushes for the titles up there. Thursdays Resto Scrolls times 10,000. Fridays Rune of Darkness chest times 80. Saturday POG tickets times 60. And Sunday Magical Essence and Residue 200,000 of each. Pearls and things, what do we get new in here? $30. It says there's a bunch new, 5 of them new. New pearls and boss stamps, 1,000 pearls, 500 black pearls, 15,000 boss stamps for $30. Pearls and ancient tabs, 1,000 pearls, 500 black pearls, and 30,000 ancient tabs for $30. New pearls and abyssal accessories, 1,000, 500, and a Dark Chaser accessory selection chest times 1 for $30. 1,000 pearls, 500 black pearls, and 1,500 totem chests for $30. And pearls and relics, 1,000 pearls, 500 black pearls, and 500,000 relic fragments for $30. And lastly is 1,000 pearls, 500 black pearls, and 250,000 lightstone fragments. So this one's definitely not worth it. RNG again in the totem chest, probably not worth it. The lightstone fragments, maybe for $30. It's a little pricey in my opinion. All of it's pricey in my opinion, but Dark Chaser accessory selection for $30 is not terrible. The boss stamp one's not terrible, but again, they had hot deals where you could get, 25,000 boss or 20,000 boss stamps for $10 or $30. I think it was one of those for $30, I believe, which was a lot better, but you weren't getting the pearls and black pearls, so probably not worth it in my opinion. But again, that is completely up to you. All-inclusive chest, epic armor outfit chest times 3, and epic weapon outfit chest times 3 for $30. If anybody buys that package right there, you are clueless. They're giving you 3 yellow armor outfits and weapon outfits for $30. You can go and buy those on the market for dirt cheap. That is utterly retarded. Unless I'm not reading it right. I gotta be reading this incorrectly. Epic outfit package, epic armor outfit chest times 3, epic weapon outfit chest times 3. These are outfits. I'm a noob. Never mind. I am a noob. It says outfits there. For $30, I still don't think it's worth it. At least it's outfit though, not just the armor and weapon. But my apologies, I was incorrect on that. It is outfits. What else we got here? Relics, fragments, and more. New world boss fragment chest times 50 to 100, and that's 800. Faded enhanced stone chest times 1, and Kaffir dust times 10,000 for 500. Totem chest times 500 for 500, and that's it. Stamps, tablets, and more. We got boss stamps 20,000 to 50,000, and shadow knots times 30 to 100 for $30. So a lot of people are going to buy in that package today. It's times 5. That's unfortunate. I didn't think they would, or I was hoping they wouldn't put a pay to win around the shadow knots, because you know, the pay to win players are going to be able to just buy this and then just do their boss rushes, whereas free to play players are going to have to go out and farm these shadow knots ourselves, which you can just farm from farming in Hadoom realm. Major boss stamps 10,000 for 800, and major ancient tablet pack 20,000 for 800. Anything new? Black pearl items. The shadow knot, you can buy 3 of these. There's no limit for black pearls. So, okay, that's not terrible. So that's nice. You can just buy those for 3 black pearls. You do need one of these in order to do a Hadoom boss rush. So if you've been stockpiling some black pearls, there is that option, which is nice. And that is it. And as you see there, the Path of Glory entry passes is 150 black pearls, which is not worth it. That was 50 black pearls when they first came out with it. So that is not worth it. Add-ons to Talus Shop. Nothing new there. Nothing new there. Looks like, oh, miscellaneous. ETC. Golden Bell. All adventurers on the server will receive 100% hot time for 1 hour upon use. 1,600 white pearls. Field combat experience 100%. Field item drop rate 100%. Applied to normal field, nightmare, and Hadoom Black Sun. Yo, that's team player right there. Team player. Golden Bell Hadoom. All adventurers on the server will receive 100% hot time for 1 hour upon use. Hadoom knowledge experience 100%. Yada, yada, yada. They're crazy. Hadoom Blessing of AL. Field combat experience. Field item drop rate 100%. Applied to the Great Desert only. I don't know who's going to be buying those unless somebody's got some deep, deep pockets, man. They're crazy. Field combat experience and field item drop rate. I mean, these are just hot times that you're giving to the entire server. So all of the people on the server. So if you're on Medea, Gaia, Serendia, whatever server it is, if you're on that server and somebody buys this and uses it, then you get that. You better give them some extra loving. And that looks like it's it there. So that is some interesting additions to the Pearl Shop, to say the least. Nothing too crazy aside from buying the shadow knots for 3 black pearls, which is worth it in my opinion. That is nice. That is everything for this week's update. Let's go ahead and check out the winner for last week's video. Alright, so for last week's video, there's only 56 comments. Less and less people are getting into the goodies, which is unfortunate for them. Good for the 56 people that did. Gives you better chances of getting that $25 gift card. And this winner is Izzy. Congratulations, baby. So if you are Izzy, you have to hit me up on Discord and I will get you your $25 gift card. That's everything for this week's Patch Notes video. Thank you guys for stopping by as always. Be sure to smash that like button on the way out. If you're new, you should definitely think about subscribing. And with that being said, I will see you next time.